host of the Gridiron.
Let's finish it up with this here. So was it, I mean, it's really bad now. You don't know. That's a picture of the Miracle of the Meadowlands. That's Joe Pisarcik looking. You can't quite see the football, but the football's like over here. And that's Herm Edwards looking down at the football, getting ready to pick it up with these two hands here and run for the game-winning touchdown. Giants were winning 17-12 at this particular point in time. That's one of my favorite Giants of all time, Doug Cota right there. He was not a phenomenal running back, but he ran behind some really absolutely horrible, pathetic offensive lines. So, but he's number 44, one of my all-time favorite New York football Giants. But I mean, yeah, as bad as it's been against the Eagles and the Cowboys of late, right? It was even worse in the 70s. Because you also look at it, you consider too, because back in the 70s, for what was it, 11 straight games, the Redskins beat us from 1971 to the second time we played them in 76. 11 straight times the Redskins beat us. So, we've done in recent years a decent job of beating, the Commanders, Washington football team, Washington, whatever you want to call them, right? But in the 70s, they were called the Redskins. Sorry if I offend anybody. But when George Allen became their coach in 1971, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, the first game of 76, 11 times in a row, the Redskins beat us. So, I mean, they were just dominating us. I mean, it was not pretty. George Allen was a good coach. We did not have good players, and we did not have good coaches then. So we lost. And even the Cardinals back then, from 74 to 78, I think it was 74. Yeah, no, 74 to 79. I think it was 74 to 79. I think it was 74 to 75. Yeah. Just 12 games there. They beat us 10 out of 12 times. Right. What happened was Don Coryell, Air Coryell. The Cardinals had a very good offense. The Giants had a decent defense, but the Cardinals' offense and their offensive line was really, really good. The Cardinals never had a very good defense, but the Giants never had a very good offense where they could take advantage of that. So usually, a lot of times, the Cardinals outpointed the Giants. The Cardinals would score whatever, which would wind up being more than what the Giants scored. So for a while there, from 74 to 79, the Cardinals beat us almost all the time. Except from 71 to 76, the Redskins beat us 11 straight times. The Eagles beat us 12 straight times. The Giants from 71 to 79. Huh? 71, yeah. Those 9 seasons, 71 to 79, Giants played the Cowboys 71 to 79, 18 times. Giants won 2. 71 to 79, the Giants beat the Cowboys 2 times. And actually, oddly, both those times they won. They won in Dallas, 72 and 74. 14 to 6, they won in 74, and 23 to 3, they won in 72. From 71 to 79, the Giants, the New York Football Giants, did not beat the Dallas Cowboys at home. Cowboys came in 9 straight years in a row, beat the Giants at home. I mean, it was just like, so. It was kind of the same thing with the Eagles. The Giants beat the Eagles in 70 at home. They beat them 62 to 10 in 72. 73, they beat the they tied the Eagles. The last game the Giants ever played at Yankee Stadium, 23-23 tie. But 1974, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 8 straight years the Eagles beat the Giants in New York or New Jersey. Actually, it They beat them in Connecticut. They beat them in Shea Stadium, which was in New York, and then they beat them in Jersey. So they won in three different. They beat the Giants in three different states. But from 1974 to 1981, the Eagles beat the Giants every time in New York. At least the Giants have beaten the Eagles a couple times at MetLife over the past few years. I mean, last year we beat them. What was the other time? Let me see here. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see here. Yep. All right. Well, so we beat let's see. 2020. What's a bit 2021. Okay. So that's right. My bad. We beat them in 2020, 2021. The two Joe Judge years. We beat them 27-17, and we beat them 13-7. I remember the 13-7 game. That was the 13-7, 2021. That's when it was 13-7. Hurts had him driving, had him by under a minute or so to go in the game. He threw the ball right at the beginning in front of the end zone, and McKinney stepped in and made an interception. So, but we've beaten the Eagles at least at home recently. 2020, 2021, last year 2023. The Eagles have also in 2022 smoked us. This year they smoked us. But at least we've beaten them at home, the Eagles. But said in the 70's, said from 74 to 81, the Eagles beat us every time at home. And there was a time they 12 times in a row they beat us. We beat them the first or second game of the 75 season. We went into Philly, beat them 23-14, I think it was. 75. Right? So the second time we played them in 75, it's 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. And the first time that they played us in 80, so it was 12 times in a row. Basically, it was from 75 to 81. It was 12 times in a row the Eagles beat us. As I said, with the Cowboys. From 71 to 79, 9 years in a row, played them 18 times, 71 to 79. The Cowboys beat us every time in New York, 9 years in a row. Cowboys came into New York, wherever the Giants played, wherever the Giants were at home, 9 years in a row the Cowboys beat us at home. I mean, we're having a hard time beating the Cowboys, period. But, I mean, it was really bad. And even in the 60s, it was very bad. So the Cowboys were good. The Giants just really started stinking. But, I mean, in the 70s, I mean, we beat the Cowboys one time in 1970. They beat us. So from 70 to 79, we played them 20 times. We won 3. They beat us 17 times. 17 out of 20 times they beat us. So, I mean, it was not very, very good. So as bad as it is now, especially with the Cowboys, but I mean, we don't play the Cardinals anymore, right? Because they're not in the division. Well, at least, I mean, with the Redskins, we've had a nice job we've done a nice job of beating them, at least lately. Maybe not this year, but for the most part, a lot of times we play the Commanders or the Washington football team, and we got a good chance of beating them. I said in the 70s, said they beat us 11 times in a row. So, it's 70s was worse for the Giants, against the NFC teams. And I said, same thing with the Eagles. The 70s, the Eagles, a lot of it in the 70s, Eagles weren't even very good, but they just beat the Giants. Right? So at least lately, we've beaten the Eagles a few times at home, right? And I said it's bad. It's been pretty bad with the Cowboys. I mean, really, really bad with the Cowboys. But it was really bad too in the 70s. So, as far as being dominated in the in our own division, right? I mean, the Cowboys and Eagles have really, really had our number over the past however many years, right? It's still worse. It's still not as bad as it was in the 70s. And let me tell you what, in the 70s, it was really, really bad. All right, guys, been 1 hour and almost 10 minutes. Holy cow. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. or anybody going to spend any time watching the replays. Once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.